Chapter 9, question 12 says that a patient receives 100 milliliters of a 20% mass volume mannitol solution every hour. And they want to know how many grams of mannitol they're given in that hour. So really, they're asking for grams of mannitol. Grams of mannitol. And what they're giving you are two numbers. So in general, when you approach these problems, you want to look for two things: the numbers they give you and the units they're asking for. Now they give us 100 milliliters, so that's one number. And then they also give us 20% mass volume of mannitol. So that's 20% mass volume for mannitol solution. Okay, now numbers you can think of in two sort of categories. One category has, the number has a unit that can't be broken down anymore. It's all by itself. When the units can't be broken down anymore for a number, you usually start a conversion problem with those units. And then other units can be broken down, and those are often used as conversion factors. So for example, 20% mass volume, that key word, percent mass volume, should suggest a formula, specifically 20, here the mass is on top, so 20 grams of mannitol per cent, per every cent 100 milliliters of solution. So now we can, after you break that down, you can see a connection between milliliters of solution, which is what they give us, and SOLN is an abbreviation for solution, and this conversion factor that we made from the other number, specifically milliliters of solution. So you can take that number they gave you, 100 milliliters of solution, every time you do a conversion, write a multiplication sign, and then you'll have a fraction bar. And what you want to make sure of is that the units that you started with on top, which here are milliliters of solution, go on the bottom so that they cancel out. They happen to be on the bottom of this fraction. If they were on the top, then we'd flip what's on the bottom and the top. So that cancels out, and that gives us grams of mannitol, which is what they were asking for. So grams of mannitol, that's what we wanted to know. All right, so we can take 100, so you always multiply by the top and divide by the bottom, so 100 times 20, enter, divided by 100, enter, and you get 20 grams of mannitol. So the patient would have received 20 grams of mannitol in that hour. Now, they say how many grams of mannitol does the patient receive in 12 hours? Well, if this is the amount they receive every 1 hour, in 12 hours they would receive 12 times that. So if you had 12 hours, and you know that in every 1 hour they receive 20 grams of mannitol, then the hours cancel out. Notice how the units you started with go on the bottom of that fraction, so they cancel. And you'd have 12 times 20, enter, divided by 1, enter, and you would get 240 grams of mannitol in 12 hours.